Hey everybody, it's Nicholas Ashbaugh, and I thought this would be a perfect chance to connect now that we've just gotten through an eclipse, a full moon, and we're still in the throes of retrograde. I want to check in and see what the effects of all of these things are. It's like a trifecta of celestial events, and see how we can manage and hopefully manifest something amazing from it. So without any delay, let's get started. Quick note, as always, this is going to be good for everybody. This is a collective, a mini collective. And right beneath my graphic here, you can see I'm going to do the eclipse, the full moon, and the retrograde, 3 different rows. So let's go ahead and give things a shuffle. I think I want to do one card for each, and then I'm going to pull some oracle as well. So show me the energy of the eclipse, what the full moon is offering us, and this Mercury retrograde. First upright card there. All right, now let's pull some oracle cards to give us some clarity on blessings and blocks in each of these areas. All right, so let's see the blessing of each of these 3. And potential blocks. And I'm going to use a different deck, but let's see what the opportunity is with all of this. All right, let's get started. We're going to begin with the energy of the eclipse, which just took place. We have 4 of Wands energy coming through in the reverse position. This is the big overarching message, which has to do with relationships, revelations in relationships, new insights into who you can depend on and maybe who isn't there for the long haul. Ultimately, the 4 of Wands is fantastic. You can see 2 people in the background ready to make a deeper connection, a deeper promise. And for some of you, you might have been surprised where someone came through in a way that they wouldn't have normally come through. Or, as I said, because this is a reversal, your level of commitment wasn't matched by the other person. Either way, you know who you can count on and who you can't. So for those that you can't, you can prune or create some distance. For those that are there and not just a fair weather friend, this is a time to deepen that connection. This is also calling into focus potentially the need or the desire for deeper connections. So if it doesn't exist right now, you have a chance to foster these sort of relationships with getting a little bit more involved in maybe some extracurricular activities, or, reaching out to a friend that you haven't talked to in a while and trying to build on that friendship. So that's what we see here is relationship depth. And I do like that the 4 Wands have these sort of like reaching hands. It's a two-way street, and ultimately it's like a handshake. So reaching out and seeing if the other person's interested, and if not, extending that hand to someone else, because ultimately it looks like the opportunity is to find a deeper connection, okay? So let's move on to the next area in the eclipse, and I might rearrange things here just a little bit so we can see what we're looking at. Thank you for being patient. All right, so we have blessings and blocks in each category. So now that we know what the overarching energy is, let's look at the blessing in this moment in time. So for the eclipse, embrace self-compassion. So although the focus or the desire may be to connect with someone else, this card reminds you, as I sort of stated on this recent weekly collective, which I'll link in the video, all relationships begin with the one that you have with yourself. Self-love, self-care, and also self-confidence. All of those things are going to absolutely affect the level and also the intensity of the relationships around you. So put the focus on that and be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Yes, hindsight is always 20/20. We can always see what we could have, should have, or would have done, but you have right here, you have right now. That's going to affect tomorrow. That's all you need to focus on. And in this moment, in this very moment in time, just think to yourself, I will make better decisions moving forward, and I'm not going to beat myself up. You cannot and will not fail if you start growing, if you start being kinder to yourself, okay? So that is a great message that all of us can benefit from. Let me zoom out just a little bit. All right, so that's your blessing. Here's your block. We have the serpent energy coming through. The serpent carries with it a lot of different symbolisms. So first of all, it's misunderstood. I look at snakes and I think of the ability to be flexible and to shed their skin. So in this moment, if you are inflexible, if you resist change, the serpent is representing stagnation. The serpent is also power dynamics between you and others. So when it comes to the Four of Wands moment, this should be something where it's like unconditional love. Someone loves you for who you are, not for who they want you to be or who they think you might become, but for this very moment in time. So power dynamics should be even. Someone shouldn't be trying to control you. You should love and believe in yourself enough to create the change that you need and to sort of like shed your skin. And of course, this can represent temptation, like devil energy. So be stronger than the temptation that might be in front of you as well. All right. So looking at the eclipse energy, we saw relationships being central, a focus on loving yourself, a challenge with maybe resisting change. And then as we go into the future here, looking at what the potential is, we have temperance. Temperance in the reverse position. So don't rush into or out of anything. Sit with yourself for a second and meditate, and know that Spirit has your back. There is a path to a better day ahead. The sun is shining, the path is clear, but the angel in the foreground is saying, really make sure that you know what you want, who you are, what you stand for. This is going to be central to a theme of happiness, and it's going to be important in breaking cycles of, again, maybe jumping into something before knowing what you're getting into. Test the waters. One of the great things that the Temperance Angel teaches us is the importance of making one small step, so that you can test to see if people are ready, if the environment is something that you want, and that's going to help you steady yourself, okay? Meditate, rest, think about things, and then move forward. These are the messages and the blessings coming from the eclipse. Let's move into the full moon energy, which is still underway. And the main energy it's bringing forth is not overthinking. So we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. A Knight of Wands in the upright position moves thoughts and energy forward. Things move quickly. Things start to grow and bud and blossom. But in the reverse position, the Knight is taking a step back and asking him or herself, do I feel in my heart, in my head, that this is right for me? If not, what kind of changes do I need to make? The Knight of Wands in reverse is open-minded, receptive, and constructively critical, but not critical just for the sake of being critical. It's going to look at different opportunities without judging them too quickly, because in the past, maybe that was something that you might have struggled with, was being open to change and being open to different insight. I like that this wand is taking root. If you have a thought or an idea, do something with it. There is an invitation from this not to sit on it too much, because the reverse Knight can also be stagnation. So be open-minded, don't overthink, and know that whatever it is that you are thinking about changing or doing, the time is ripe. Not just right, but ripe. It feels like something is ready to be sort of utilized, okay? Look who just joined us. Apollo's in the background. I'm going to let him be because he is super content, so we'll just allow him to be content. All right, so we saw the overarching energy. Now let's go ahead here and move on to the blessing. So the card was reversed, but if we read the message, it says enter into the conversation. The reversal of this is saying, don't be afraid. It's okay to speak up. And we had, again, a Knight that also came through reversed. And so for some of you, you're just overcomplicating or overthinking it. Remember, too, that the Knight of Wands can show things through demonstration, illustration, pointing out a real-life example. It's not always like words. So show it, don't tell it. And that is a great way to express what's going on, okay? And there's a lot of energy in this card, like a lot of different people. So it feels like you could be in an environment where everybody speaks up, or there's a lot of movement, and it might be hard to get the attention, but raise your hand, speak up, grab someone's attention. It's your moment. And when you say something and really have something to offer, they'll listen. Let's see what could be blocking you in this moment. We have a beautiful image that came through here, actually, and it's spring, not as in the season, but like water springing forward. So a spring offers refreshment, offers healing, a moment to drink things in. This is actually coming through as a block, so some of you may not be giving yourself ample time to heal your mind, body, and spirit, to heal anything in your life that requires attention. Maybe it's even a relationship or your finances. Heal that. And a spring represents source energy coming through. I don't really read this as a block, but rather kind of like a Four of Cups moment where you're not seeing that there's something that wants to come through to move you. So stagnation was part of the previous energy of the eclipse. So for some of you, don't fight the flow. Follow the flow of energy. Allow yourself to move in a direction where things are easier and where you just feel like you don't have to struggle as much. Drink in the moment. Also make sure that you're paying attention to just general health, hydration, and self-care. But the spring ultimately comes through to heal you and to move you. And move you in a much more subtle and kinder way than like the Tower. It's more like Six of Swords. It's saying it's time to let something come to pass and move forward. So let's see what the opportunity, oh, well, hello. The opportunity is the Six of Swords, not accidental because I just made that connection. So the Six of Swords is in the reverse position. It's saying don't fight the flow. You don't have to go up string anymore. You can actually now go to something better. I love this version because if we zoom way in the distance, you'll notice that there's a little star that's kind of like hidden in this cave. So there's something better on the horizon. We have also the shadow of something that has come to pass, and it is a little bit difficult sometimes letting go. But the big opportunity with this full moon, so taking us from the full moon into the next new moon, is to let go, to move on, and to know that something brighter is on the horizon. When we are looking at a movement card like this, you don't want to carry too much emotional baggage or literal baggage. So you might be looking at places in your life where you can let go, where you can release, where you can cleanse. And once you do that, you'll be able to move forward. There may also be some unfinished business that you need to do first so that you can cut some ties, release the anchor, and then move forward. But ultimately, the full moon is bringing a lot of blessings, namely this ability to move on. But there's resistance here in the thoughts. So you need to open up your mind, open up your heart, say what you need to say, don't fight the flow, and then allow yourself to go in the new direction. So now we're doing a Mercury retrograde check-in. Actually, the Mercury retrograde is trying to heal you. We have the Page of Cups here, which is allowing you to feel better, get more empathic, more creative, more in touch with your intuition. In this particular deck, we see either a squid or an octopus on the person's head. I think it's an octopus. But this represents also two things. One, to free yourself from the sort of like reaching arms of people around you, almost like the energetic tentacles, where they want you to be a certain thing, do a certain thing, connect with certain types of people, whatever. That's their projection, not yours. You get to be your own movie projector and clear out that sort of tentacle from your head. That's not your thoughts, it's someone else's. Also realize your own reach, your own creative and compassionate reach in the world around you. So retrograde wants you to connect with the heart and clear the head. What particularly is coming in as a blessing here? So we have protect the fledgling. Okay. So there might be something new that you're creating in your life. This card was reversed. And as I'm looking at all of these, they're just gentle little birds getting ready to take flight. If it's a new idea and you're afraid that someone is going to trample on it and give you like feedback that breaks your creative spirit, don't share it with them. If there's something that is fresh, maybe it's even a relationship, and you don't want people to judge it yet, don't. Give things a chance to grow and go where they need to go. We have a little butterfly representing change, growth, and metamorphosis. So it feels like you have to get through that caterpillar and chrysalis stage before you're sharing it with someone else. So give it a couple weeks, give it a couple of months, give it some time to grow. Protect yourself and protect what matters. It isn't everybody's business what's going on. They may want to think it is or want to hear about everything, but protect that. All right, coming through as your potential block here, we have the shadow. The shadow, of course, is very much connected to like moon or devil or 7 or 5 of swords. And what happens with these sorts of collective energies is sometimes temptation, self-defeatist thoughts, overly critical energy, fears and anxieties, and sometimes deception. So we just want to keep all of that at arm's length and know that it's going to be okay. Take a deep breath. Let it go. It's not good for your energy. It's not literally good for your heart. Lighten the load a little bit and tell the shadow, not here, not now, no thanks. Because as we take a look at what the opportunity is, it's to get things together. The Chariot is very good and auspicious when it comes to like a final card. So this is saying you have what it takes to get organized, to create traction, action, progress, excitement, movement, etc. And it's actually a card of fighting for what matters. So if there's something that you really care about, we have to move through the collective energy of all these cards to get to this very solid Chariot energy. Collaboration, cooperation, and communication are also a part of that because there are 3 parties in this card. The 2 horses here and the Chariot rider, I guess you would call him. He also carries with him a harp. So this is a chance to create harmonious movement. You know, like leadership is the key tenet of this card. So lead with this sense of confidence. You can be kind, compassionate, and kind of bring about this harmony. And that really is the Page of Cups. Leading by passion rather than leading with an iron fist, okay? But things are getting ready to move forward. You have two cards that would be connected with movement, like a car, like a plane, like a train. And the question is, are you ready? We see some hesitation with the full moon, but by the time retrograde is over, we have that Chariot in the upright position. Overall, I think you're headed in a good direction. If I were to, again, look at some of the blocks here to get you over them. Embrace change. Allow the flow of energy to take you where you need to go. And don't let fear have a seat at the table. Because all the opportunity cards show that Spirit has your back. Sorry, these were flipped. But there's a desire sometimes to live in the past, Six of Swords reversed. The Chariot wants you to focus on the here and now and then the next. So the present and the future really need to be the focus. And again, relationships, overthinking, and creativity also playing a role in all of this. So make sure that you pull those in, okay? There were a lot of things going on, so I thought this would be an interesting way to kind of like address all of the energies. I hope that it helped. If it did, show a little bit of love and support if you like by liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. If you have some questions and some things that you're going through, I have opened up my private booking schedule, so you can go to my website. Here's the address. It's also in my main YouTube channel page under all of the links. If you would like to give back through PayPal, you can also do that, also on my channel page and on my website. And otherwise, you can give back through Super Stickers, Super Chat, and memberships. I referenced my website a few times. It's nicholasashbaugh.com. Again, linked as the first link in YouTube. Finally, from that point, you can also follow me across social media. My handle on just about everything is my full name, Nicholas Ashbaugh. I recently joined Substack. You can join me there as well. And I'm on all of the major channels, or all the major platforms. If you want to support me, Patreon, Substack, and of course here on YouTube all give you ways to do it on a monthly basis. And for anybody that feels called to do that, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because honestly, that's the only way that I can continue doing what I'm doing. So thank you for going above and beyond. It really does help. And that, my friends, is everything. Thank you so much for being the best part of what I do here on YouTube. Have a fantastic rest of this full moon and eclipse. We're going to get through retrograde. It's looking okay, folks. We didn't have any heavy cards here. So be kind to yourself, and let's really focus on thriving as we go through this month. Before I get any questions, again, one more time, I will be releasing all of the monthly videos for March this week. Shorter format. I'm going to do 2 or 3 per day. We should try to have them all up by Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to try to get them out sooner if I can. All right. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.